All right.
And we are live.
What's going on, everybody?
Hi, guys. You're probably like, who are these people? I'm Brittany.
I'm Dan.
And we are just two sports fans with opinions who wanted to put them out there in more than 140 characters.
Yeah.
So, this is Sportsballers Radio.
Welcome.
Yes, so here you're gonna get some sports facts, but you're gonna get a lot of sports opinions at the same time. Just letting you know up front, this will be a biased podcast. We have favorite sports teams and favorite athletes, and you may not agree with everything we say, but we encourage conversation. We embrace it. So,
We promise to keep this as real as possible.
Most
as authentic as it can be.
Most definitely. Shout out to Connie. We want to dedicate this first episode to her.
Yes.
She has been a major help in helping us get this off the ground and our name.
Yeah.
Sportsballers Radio. She was the inspiration behind that. And we thank her so much. Even though she is not a sports fan, she is the wind beneath our wings.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you.
We love you. Yes, hearts for Connie. So, Dan, where do we begin?
Wow.
It's been a great week.
It really has. It really has. There's been so much going on. Oh, man, so much to get into. Yeah. So much to get into. Sports interacting with social issues and all this, but we should start easy. Let's start with something simple. Let's go with the NBA preview, which probably isn't too simple anyway. But
I mean, it's not simple, but compared to some other sports, it is simple.
Right. It's a little easier to swallow, I should say.
Right. It's right now. There's not much social stuff going on.
Exactly.
Right. It's just the sports stuff, which for now.
For now, we'll see what happens.
For now, by preseason that might change.
Exactly.
But okay, so we have some big names coming off this historic Olympic run.
Yes.
Let's talk about Melo. Okay. So Melo, is he overrated, underrated, overvalued? Man. What is he?
It's tough with Melo. I mean, he's a great player, and I always find myself like kind of caping for him a little bit. I know, like, conversations I've had with like my dad. My dad, like, is just like, this guy is like, he's trash. The Knicks never win. Like, when are we gonna have a ring? And I'm just like, come on, he's doing all he can. He's doing everything he can. If he plays with good players, good results happen, and that's what we saw.
Okay, so if we look at Melo, he's made history with the Olympics, and now he's saying he's done.
Right.
Do you think that that's enough for him? Like, is he? Because is he ever, like, realistically, will he ever get a ring? How old is Melo?
He's not young.
Like, he's on the other side now.
Right. Once you're past 30, it starts to go downhill a little bit. I know, like, LeBron is superhuman and just won another championship.
Right.
But LeBron's never had that kind of cast around him, and this is the first year he really has, like, a notable cast around him. So if it doesn't happen now, I mean,
will it ever?
Right. What do you think?
I'm honestly not sure, because Knicks fans are some of the most delusional people I've ever come across. So you have Knicks fans on both ends of the spectrum that are, Melo is the great. This is actually one of the oldest sports debates that this made me want to do a podcast. And this was like a couple years ago. Someone said on First Take that Melo was the best pure scorer in NBA history.
Ooh.
NBA history. Meaning since the beginning of the NBA. To be honest, Melo is not even the best pure scorer of his time.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, you go from that end of the spectrum to Melo's completely trash.
Right.
It's like, with Melo, there seems to be no middle ground.
That's kind of the interesting thing, isn't it? Like,
there's no middle ground.
When he was in Syracuse, like, he was next level. Like,
exactly.
He was easily, like, people were like, okay, this guy's the top prospect. Like, it wasn't even a doubt. Like, this guy's amazing. There's this other guy coming from high school, LeBron, but, like, it seems like they're at the same level. And then, like, now it's completely polarizing.
And it's so weird to see, because when you look at his draft class, it's just like, Melo, where I want Melo to win. Like, I sincerely want it for him. I believe he deserves it. I believe he's extremely talented, but I believe he just doesn't have the help.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You had him surrounded by players like J.R. Smith, who
exactly.
J.R. Smith and Melo kind of remind me a little bit of the Westbrook Durant vibe in terms of you have your number 2 wanting to be your number 1.
Exactly.
J.R. Smith wanted to be the superstar. He wanted in Melo's spot, and it's just like, how are you going to win anything that way?
Yep.
And now you have Derrick Rose coming in. So Phil Jackson completely revamped. He really made moves this offseason. So
he made up for a lot, yeah.
Yeah, he really made moves, and I'm extremely interested and intrigued, and I'm excited to watch the Knicks this season. But how does Derrick Rose still know basketball? That's what I want to know, because he sat more than he's played in his career.
Yeah, I think last year was a miracle. Honestly, he played a lot more games than I thought he would, and he looked okay. Like, he didn't obviously look like...
Right, he's not the Derrick Rose we fell in love with.
Exactly, right. Which was actually oddly much like Russell Westbrook is now.
Exactly, the extremely athletic, extremely acrobatic, just exciting to watch Derrick Rose.
Right.
This Derrick Rose he kind of plays like he knows, okay, my body is not, like, my body is telling me you can't do that. And he plays that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of excited to see, is New York going to change that? Because New York, like, I don't know if you've ever been to a game in the Garden, but New York fans, like, the Garden is an extremely electric place.
Oh, yeah.
So people play differently when they come to the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's going to have some sort of effect on how Derrick Rose plays, but I'm excited to see it, because
for sure,
if the Knicks have a healthy team the whole season, I believe they can make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is definitely get it. Which is not saying a lot in the East.
Right.
But
East is getting better. Pistons were an 8 seed last year, and they're actually not too bad. Not too bad.
But the thing is, people say, okay, the East is getting better, but I guess I always look at it in terms of right next to the West.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the West is just, I don't understand how stacked the West is.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
It's too much. I mean, speaking of the West,
like,
these Warriors.
Oh, Lord.
So, Derrick Rose says the Knicks are a super team.
No.
Yeah.
The Warriors are a super team.
I think that's safe to say. The
Warriors are like when you play a video game and you unlock some secret level that there's no way you can lose.
Exactly.
There's absolutely no way, which is a gift and a curse, because it's a gift because you can have a historic record all season, but I mean, no one really cares. Mm-hmm. Unless you win a ring in the playoffs.
Exactly.
And if you don't win a ring, then that super team kind of comes and bites you in the butt. Like, you have a super team for what?
Exactly. Well, let me ask you a serious question.
Okay.
Are they going to lose a game or score 200 points first?
That's one I really don't know the answer to. Because, okay, so back to this pure scorers thing. You now have Steph Curry.
Yep.
You have Kevin Durant.
Yep.
You have Klay Thompson. You have all these scorers who it amazes me how is it possible to make some of these shots that they make?
Exactly.
You have 2 scoring champions on one team.
And one very capable of doing the same thing.
Exactly. So, I mean, that 200 points in a game, that's not far-fetched.
It's not, and that's the scary part. If they're all on in the same game.
And I mean, you have people saying, okay, offensively they look great, but defensively it's like you're losing something. But it's like, if I score 200 points, I don't care what your defense can do. If I score 200 points, you can't score 200 points. So it doesn't matter.
This is what I'm saying. I don't get how anyone can say a team with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson as your 1, 2, 3, or however else
whatever combination
Steve Kerr decides, basically.
So many things.
With Draymond Green, like, probably getting like 20 assists a game at this point. Like, I don't understand what their weakness is. Like,
it's completely unfair.
The defense doesn't matter.
It's safe to say that the Warriors are coming out the West. It's safe to say that.
Yeah.
Now the East, I don't know who it'll be to come out the East. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Cavs again. Wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, what happens now if the Warriors lose again? What does this mean? Will Durant stay? Will Durant leave? Does that mark the end of super teams? Like, what happens?
I think Durant leaves if they lose, honestly. I think he's shown that this is kind of experimental for him, and like, it was a short contract anyway, so
right.
Why not try Washington, or why not try something else that might be a little long term?
Because honestly, Washington is where I thought he was. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was like, I'm going home.
I mean, it'd be an awesome spot for him. It really would. It really would.
Going home.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's just no alternative. The Warriors, with this team, you set yourself up. You have to win a ring this season. Yes. You have to. Mm-hmm. I don't care about you beating any more records.
Yeah.
I don't care. You have to win a ring. That is the most important thing.
I think the worst thing possible for them is losing to the Cavs in the finals again. I think that's like the ultimate legacy destroyer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just... and also the thing is, I was this way with the formation of a super team in Miami. You had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron.
Yep.
I correctly predicted, if I may add, that they were not going to win a ring that first season that they came together, because they didn't know how to play together yet.
Yeah.
At that point, everybody, that was Dwayne Wade's team.
Right.
That was his team. And even though him and LeBron are friends, it was still an ego thing. This is my team. I brought this team to where it is now. But LeBron is not going to play a backseat to anyone. He's just not that kind of player. He's not built that way, and I don't think he can do it. And honestly, I don't think he should have to do it when you look at the type of athlete he is.
Exactly.
And I kind of feel like the Warriors, they might go through that same thing, where they may not know how to play together.
It's kind of weird. They don't really, like, their leader is like Draymond Green. So it's like he's not a superstar like you know, the other three are right now. So it's like kind of who's taking a backseat, basically. Like, somebody might complain about shots, somebody might complain about, like, you know, what position they're playing, somebody might complain about, you know, minutes or something like that. And it's just like, it's kind of hard to see how they're going to take care of those issues without like Steve Kerr kind of having to, be the voice, and he hasn't really shown great tendencies during times of struggle.
Right.
So it could be interesting.
It'll definitely be interesting. But I mean, even still, besides the Warriors, besides the Cavs, do you have any other teams you're looking at? Teams to watch?
Well, I feel like it's tough. I mean, I really like the Blazers, but they like CJ McCollum really surprised me last year. I thought they would be finished after they lost LaMarcus Aldridge.
Right.
But what they did in the playoffs against the Warriors, that was pretty impressive with that team. Like
very.
And their coach is pretty good. I thought he was second place for Coach of the Year, and I get the Warriors broke the record and everything, all that jazz. But I felt like since Steve Kerr didn't really coach that many games, that maybe Terry Stotts should have been considered for Coach of the Year. But, what are you going to do? But I just like to watch them play. Just two guys that should be playing point guard, starting point guard on any other team, kind of just taking turns, just mixing people.
So my team to watch, and I've been made fun of for this, but I don't care. Come back and see me in about 4 seasons.
I think I know what you're going to say.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
That's right.
They are my team to watch. I honestly, when Jason Kidd first became a head coach in the league, I was not a fan of him as a coach at all. I was not a fan. And then when he went to the Bucks, I was like, But they have some amazing pieces to be a great team.
Yes, they do.
Just look at the height.
And they got Thon Maker.
Yes. Like, oh my God. Okay.
I cannot believe that team. Yeah.
I absolutely hated Jabari Parker because my own personal reasons in college.
I'm there with you.
But then you have, so now you have him. You have Giannis. You have who else you have? You have Michael Carter Williams. You
Middleton.
You have John Henson. You have height.
Yep.
And the thing is, I love Giannis. I love him for the simple fact that he's so versatile.
Yeah.
He can literally do anything with a basketball.
Every position. Yeah.
But when you're a point guard, you have a point guard over 7 feet.
Right.
What can you do to stop that?
Honestly, that is a very good pick right there. The Bucks are exciting. They really are.
I'm so excited to watch them because they're a really young team. To watch them come together and figure out how to play. And I want Jason Kidd to be a really serious coach because he has so much potential on this team. So I think if you give them about 3-4 seasons to really come together and learn how to play, they're going to get better and better every year. And they're really going to be a team to watch in the East. I've been excited for them for about 2 seasons now. And everyone is like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever me. When they're coming out of the East.
Right.
They're going to be a serious team.
If you think about it, like the big things that bothered the Warriors in the finals, a lot of those attributes are on the Bucks. They have length. They defend well. They can chase Steph Curry off the line.
Right.
They kind of have it all, other than just offense. A 3-point shooter. I think that if they got one more shooter, they'd be all set.
Listen, I'm excited for the Bucks. That is my team to watch. I've been saying it for 2 years, and I'm going to continue to say it because they have everything on that team that they need. Like you said, besides a shooter, to be a legitimate contender. And once they grow a little bit and mature a little bit, they're going to be dangerous.
For sure.
So all you people coming at me over the Bucks, just watch. That's all I'm going to say. Don't believe me, just watch.
You got to put some Twitter handles out there just to let people know.
Yes, we do. We can do that at the end of the show. Yeah. We can do that.
Also, all the people that ever badmouthed you about the Bucks, keep them on a list.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is
just keep them on a list.
all I'm saying is, if you do decide to come in my mentions over my opinions, just be prepared to debate.
Right.
It's not going to be one of those, oh, I said what I have to say to her. She's not going to answer. I am not one of those. On Twitter, we will debate.
Yeah, full conversation.
Oh, most definitely.
Blow up your phone with some notifications.
Most definitely. And I need more than 140 characters. So you will get a multitude of tweets. You're going to be like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Okay. So we've gotten the light stuff out of the way with the NBA. Now comes the fun stuff.
Oh, yes.
The NFL. The house that Roger Goodell built. Roger. Let's talk about some of the things going on in Roger Goodell's house.
Whew.
Again, we can start off simple.
Let's do that.
Let's talk about something we both enjoy. Our New York Jets.
Yep.
So for those of you out here who don't know us, our team is the Jets. We absolutely love the Jets. Make fun of us for that, if you will. We're used to it.
Yep.
We can handle it.
We make fun of ourselves.
We do. I feel like that's a requirement to be a Jets fan.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself. It's a requirement.
You have to laugh at the pain. Laugh to keep from crying.
It's the only way to get through it. Exactly.
Okay. So we can talk about something that we always have to talk about, our quarterback situation.
Yes.
What's going on, Dan? Make me understand why we can't have one season where we don't have quarterback issues.
You just can't have good things. I think that's the conclusion at this point. So Fitzpatrick decides to hold out for the entire summer.
Make me understand that. Who does he think he is?
I have no idea. Did
he think he was a Peyton Manning? Did he think he was a Tom Brady? Did he think he was a Cameron Newton? Make me understand who he thought he was.
I don't even know. He felt insulted by the contract negotiations. He felt that they lowballed him. Stuff that just didn't really make sense to anyone. Like, I remember people in media were trying to cape for this guy, and then after a while, everyone's like, okay, what?
No one expected it to last that long.
Right. And it just kept...
I think they were like, okay, after this first meeting, okay, they're not agreeing on a number. I mean, he has a right to ask for more. But how much more were you expecting?
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, everyone watched last year. Everyone saw what happened. Yeah, he put up numbers way better than any quarterback we've had in a long time. But
I mean, he put up numbers, but also I think he put up numbers, but compared to elite quarterbacks, no.
Right.
You put up greater numbers than Geno Smith. You put up greater numbers. So you were the lesser of two evils.
Right. Basically,
you're not an elite quarterback.
Right. He broke franchise records for a team that hasn't had a good quarterback in a very long time.
When was the last time we had a good quarterback? Because I was miserable all through the Mark Sanchez era. I was just a miserable, unhappy person through all of that. And then I thought, okay, when we got rid of Mark Sanchez, I wish people could go back through my tweets, but I don't suggest you go back that far. But the day we cut Mark Sanchez, I tweeted in celebration, and then the literal next tweet, I tweeted the Jets and said, hey, I have Michael Vick on line 1. And we picked up Michael Vick, and I was super excited, super happy. And still, we fell apart. What do we have to do to get a good quarterback?
I mean, things just never work out. I mean, we brought Brett Favre in one time. We just crazy stuff. He played well for a couple games and then got hurt, and then everything just crashed and burned. So it's even when we had a Hall of Famer, even though he was almost 40 or however old he was, even then it still didn't work out. And then he ended up going to the to the Vikings and having a pretty good season, and it's just like it just never works out for the Jets. Like nothing ever goes according to plan.
We can't have nice things.
No,
we can't have nice things, and I don't know why. I'm really not sure why, but I would like to. I'm gonna put it on my prayer list. I'm going to put it on my Christmas list
for sure.
Because for next season, because I don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So do you feel like this has been spun around a lot? They think that Geno Smith shows like signs of immaturity a lot. Do you think he does that any more than any other quarterback in this league? Yes
and no. So I think he's gotten better. Let me say that. I will say I believe that most players in the NFL come in immature. And actually, I said sorry for saying NBA, but the same goes for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of these players, they're coming. Of course, they're older coming in the NFL than they are in the NBA, but they all come in immature. They all come in green. They all come in with all this money that they never imagined that they would have. So of course, they're super immature. Now, his immaturity, it's no worse. You're right. It's no worse than any other quarterback or player we've seen. It's no better, no worse. I mean, yes, I did side-eye him heavily after the punch heard around the world.
Yes.
But things like that happen all the time in sports. Why we're still talking about it, I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
His jaw is over it. Why are we not over it? Like,
basically, yeah.
Media, why are we still doing this?
I don't get it. I feel like once I heard that IK got into another fight in Buffalo this season, and then ended up
that just made me realize, like, okay, it wasn't Geno. The problem was not Geno.
Right, like obviously this guy's just really angry. But like, I mean, obviously the whole situation, Geno could have done a little bit more, but to still be on it now, like more than a year later, is crazy. And like the fans booing him before he even takes a snap during a game, like that's completely unnecessary. But I mean, like it's a different breed of fan that decides to go to a preseason game to just boo someone. So, yeah.
Right. Those are like old school diehard Jets fans from like before I was born. Right. To go to a preseason game and boo. Like, what are you doing? But then so what do you think about the media personalities or journalists who are saying that he's not mentally tough enough to be in the NFL?
I mean, that's tough. I feel like there's a lot of brats in the NFL. Like, things about like mental toughness, like it's a weird, like, broad general characterization for, like, you know, slightly more mature than everyone else. Right. And like, I don't think everyone shows that. I feel like there's a lot of successful quarterbacks that aren't like mentally tough, that aren't like they can't just ignore the media. They can't just like let things go. That kind of like subtweet, like Geno Smith actually had a little subtweet yesterday that was pretty interesting about the media. Yeah, like not everybody can handle it. Not everybody likes getting slandered in the media all the time. Like, right. I mean, it's just like, it's weird that we always expect more from athletes than we expect from just regular people.
Right. So it's like, because if you think about it, a lot of this came from him walking away because he doesn't want to talk about this punch anymore.
Right, exactly.
And my thing is, if you punched me in my face 2 years ago and then you came to me today and still wanted to talk about this punch, I'm going to walk away from you too.
Exactly.
I'm going to refuse to answer your questions too. I don't want to talk about a punch that happened 2 years ago. I don't want to do it.
It's crazy. Like,
why should I have to do it?
Right. It has nothing to do with football. Like, why does it always come up? Doesn't make any sense.
It's just dumb. And if that's the case, I guess I'm not mentally tough enough to be in the NFL either. I don't know. But
Right? Yeah.
That's still, on all of that, it's crazy because all of that, and we still don't have a decent quarterback.
Yep.
So, what do we do?
Well, we hope that Hackenberg in like 2 or 3 years turns out to be like the best quarterback ever.
Yeah, let's keep hope alive.
Yeah.
But we still do have, on the bright side, we still do have some great pieces.
Oh, yes.
I am, as a diehard Jets fan, I am so happy to have Darrelle Revis back home. I am so happy. I will forever, ever, 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 ever love Darrelle Revis.
That was one of the best moments last year, for sure.
Yes, I was super excited. Like, more excited than I've been for the Jets in a long time.
It's funny. I was always wondering, like, after the whole Patriots thing, can I even forgive this guy? Like,
I can. I did.
It took 2 seconds, honestly.
It wasn't even a question for me. I was just like, you know what? Come back home. Come back home. You made a mistake, and that's fine. We all make mistakes.
Exactly.
I'm excited. I love Brandon Marshall. I absolutely love Brandon Marshall. So I'm going to this Jet season like I do every Jet season. Just I am grateful for what we do have, and I'm hoping that we can make it work.
Yes.
Like,
and honestly, the one of my favorite things about the Jets is how much they've invested in the defensive line. Because like, for me, like, I already love D linemen to begin with, like, because I used to be one, but like the Jets now, like, their D line is ridiculous. And easily the best in the NFL. So it's awesome to see that, and the fact that they signed Mo again, like, that extension really, that gave me a lot of joy. So
I'm just gonna say I'm excited. I'm looking forward to throwing things at my television. I'm looking forward to the screaming at my television. It just all comes with being a Jets fan, and it's either you take it or you leave it. And I'm devoted. I'm in it.
Yep.
So, Jets, I'm here for you.
I can't wait.
Okay. Now on to the really fun stuff going on in the NFL.
Here we go.
Colin Kaepernick. Who saw this coming? Because I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't see this coming at all. Because if I look at Colin Kaepernick from the beginning, he never struck me as the social activist type. So I never saw this coming.
Right. He just seemed like a calm guy, like someone he kind of keeps to himself. Didn't really say too much, but things really changed.
And now he's completely shaken like the whole NFL up.
Yep.
Coaches are scared. Owners are scared. All around people are scared. And I'm loving it because it's exactly what he wanted to happen.
Right. Exactly. The conversation's happening. Finally.
So for those people out there who don't know, Colin Kaepernick decided during one preseason game, decided during the national anthem, he was not going to stand. He decided to sit and protest because he believed that he should not stand up and show pride in a country that oppresses people of color.
Right.
And people went crazy.
Yes.
Like, how dare you not show pride in this flag? How dare you? We don't care how many black people are shot.
It's un-American. It's un-American. Stand up for the flag.
Stand up for this flag. We don't care that this flag wasn't for black people. Like, we don't care. Stand up anyway. Because you know why? You're white. Because you were adopted by 2 white parents. So you are automatically white. We don't care that you have a black parent. We don't care. We do not care that your DNA says that you are half black. We do not care. You are white. Because you are light-skinned and you have 2 white adoptive parents. You are white. How dare you not stand up for this flag? How dare you?
The amount of lies that came out of this thing is unbelievable. It really is.
Are you like how?
It
like,
really is.
I just reading some of the stuff that I'm just like, what are you doing? So one of the things that I did want to discuss in response to, because there were a lot of responses and opinions shared by people around the NFL who did not agree with what Kaepernick decided to do. So one of those, probably the worst one, maybe not, it's hard to rank them. But right now, for me, the stupidest one and the worst one was Hines Ward.
Oh, God.
So what I got from what he said, and I could totally be wrong, but he's kind of giving me the vibe that this Super Bowl win that you should be trying to get is more important than Black Lives.
That's
what I got.
He might as well have said that verbatim. Because don't be a distraction to your team. What? Do this on your own time? Like, him and Boomer Esiason saying similar things that, like, Boomer Esiason said that it's like, this isn't bigger than football. What? How can it not be bigger than football?
Because the Super Bowl ring that the Niners were never going to get in the first place.
Exactly.
Is more important than Black Lives.
Does it even
and I guess we all just did not know. We didn't know.
I had no idea.
Thanks to Hines Ward, now we know.
Win a Super Bowl and all black people are free. Nobody gets shot. That's crazy. I didn't know that was the end result.
Because it's basically like, okay, so black people make up a vast majority of our professional athletes in the NBA and the NFL. So basically, throw your ball, but we don't want to hear anything you have to say.
Exactly.
Make us money, but we don't want to hear anything you have to say about anything.
Basically.
That's it.
And a lot of people wanted to say that, he could have chose a different method. He could have chose that. Like, he sat down.
Drew Brees, I'm coming for you. Because Drew Brees, I didn't agree with the way he did it. It could have been a more peaceful. How much more peaceful can we get than him sitting down and be quiet? It's not like he decided to run up and down the field during the national anthem. It's not like he decided to plug in a Bluetooth speaker and play his own music, play the black national anthem. National anthem. He didn't do any of that. He sat down.
But he could have brought out like a huge speaker, started playing some old school juvie, and black people probably would have loved it. But he didn't do that.
He could have done a multitude of things, but he literally sat down.
He didn't do that, right? Like, it was a peaceful protest. He said nothing, and he sat down.
I'm not sure. I am a history major. I am a lover of U.S. history, and I believe that the Constitution, this flag, this national anthem, all of that had to do with giving the right to peacefully protest. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But I believe that flag upholds that right for him to do that.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure what the issue is.
And as if like, once you thought that the Veterans for Cap hashtag was amazing, and you thought that maybe that would clear things up, maybe that'll help people understand.
Because they were saying he was anti-military.
Right. And the military had to clear that up.
We don't believe that. Don't put words in our mouth.
Right. The issue that he's talking about has nothing to do with the military, but people wanted to just keep carrying that. So they carried that all the way up till their preseason game versus the Chargers.
Listen, let me just say, if you haven't figured it out already, I am totally in support of Kaepernick. I am totally in support of what he decided to do. I am behind him 110%. If you haven't noticed, the Twitter name on my thing is Cap with the black fist. I am totally in support for what he decided to do. And one of the hashtags that I fell in love with this week is the Cap So Black hashtag. And because he is literally shaking the table. Okay, so this is not new. He's been doing it, but now all of a sudden the media is trying to highlight it.
Right. Now they want to
practice socks. with the pigs on them and police. It's supposed to be a play on the police.
Yeah.
And now this fro is out here and he is just like, I'm me and there's nothing you can do about it. I am me. I am standing up for what I believe in. I know there are going to be consequences and I'm ready for them. He is literally ready to give up his whole career over this. And I am so in support of it.
And he said as much. He said he doesn't care what endorsements he loses. He said he doesn't care if he gets cut. He said he doesn't care how much it affects his pockets. And people are still trying to act like he's just trying to get attention. He's just trying to do this. Like, guys, like, when are you just going to face the facts?
Which is why when people and this breaks my heart because Stephen A. Smith used to be one of my favorite people on this planet. I was so inspired by Stephen A. Smith. He was one of my biggest role models. And in the last year or so, it's just been all downhill. How dare you, as a Black man, get on First Take and say, if Colin Kaepernick cannot put up the numbers that we need from him on the board, I can't defend him.
It's crazy.
You're another one that is putting football above Black lives.
It's crazy.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. How dare you, as a Black man, get up and how dare you? Like, you set everything he's trying to do back so far. When you how dare you? It's
crazy. And it's I wish it was just him. Like, I wish it was just a handful of people, but it just seems like every other day somebody, especially people of color, are coming out and saying some crazy stuff that do not jive with what other people who are actually experiencing these things think. Like, Cam Newton just blew my mind with all that stuff.
Talk about Cam Newton for a second, because I don't know how this complete switch he's done in less than a season. I don't understand. Crazy. Just last season, you were being called all types of thugs. You were being called all types of names simply because you wanted to dance in the end zone. Yep. You were giving away footballs to children that you were getting fined for every single one you gave away. Yep. All these people were against you. And now all of a sudden, we're all the same color. We've transcended race. What are you doing?
I don't understand. I don't know when that's ever solved anything. Just acting like it doesn't exist. That's never solved anything. It's a cop-out. Like, you can live your life and do your thing and get all your money. That's fine. Then when you're done, you can enjoy it afterwards and do whatever you want to do. But if you actually want to help people, then you speak up. But obviously, Cam kind of said what his values are there. He just kind of wants to do his own thing, make his own money.
I don't understand. I am genuinely confused, and the Black race is so hurt by Cam Newton right now because we caped for him
for so long.
We went up for Cam Newton. Every time he dabbed in an end zone, we were right there dabbing with. Even if you weren't a Panthers fan, you were a Cam Newton fan, and you genuinely wanted to see him win. And you know what? When they went to the Super Bowl, we were all rooting for him. No matter who your favorite team is, unless your team would happen to be in the Super Bowl, you were rooting for Cam Newton.
Exactly. Yeah.
We all wanted to see him win, and now it's just how could you let us down like this?
Right.
How?
It's almost better he just didn't say anything, but
I'm just not.
He has to talk. So
one of my favorite tweets this week, it comes from @JLittleLisa. Says, also stop asking Cam Newton for interviews. He dyed his facial hair blonde. He's clearly been compromised. And I agree. Stop asking him for anything. Stop. Just stop.
Honestly, that's a lot of what it is. Like, a lot of these reporters, they just, ask somebody who they know is going to give a certain take. And Cam's definitely somebody who gives that kind of take.
No one realized he was going to give that certain take. No one saw that coming.
I honestly, I didn't think it would be that bad. I knew he had some tendencies in the past to kind of not really address race issues and kind of act like it's not happening. I didn't think that would happen. You're right.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to all out be Black Lives Matter. I didn't expect that. But I didn't expect him to say we've passed racism.
Right.
I didn't expect that. Because you were just being called a thug for dancing in the end zone.
Right.
You were literally just being called a thug. Like, this just happened.
I guess he thinks that would happen to Travis Kelce. You know, that would happen to any other player not of color. So he's just like, oh, everything's fine.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, Cam Newton has genuinely confused me.
Yep.
And the fact that he would dare say, I don't support Colin Kaepernick because we're all the same color, baffles me.
Doesn't make any sense.
It baffles me. I don't get it.
With the media, it's interesting because things like what happened with Gabby Douglas in the Olympics happened, and everyone kind of acts like the response is normal. And it's not. Like, her not putting her hand on her chest
during the national anthem. First of all, I don't do that. I didn't know you had to do that.
It's a requirement?
I know people put their hands over their hearts for the Pledge of Allegiance, but I never saw that for the national anthem.
Right. And some of our athletes in track and field that won didn't do it either. And there was no response. So
I'm so just over it.
Right.
I'm over so many different people. I'm over them all.
We have to be responsible. And that's why I'm happy we're doing this podcast. That's why I'm happy like more people of color are getting into the media, because like there has to be accountability. Like,
let's talk about accountability for a second.
Yes.
Rodney Harrison.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about accountability. Let's talk about it, because so Rodney Harrison, those of you who don't know, he was asked about Colin Kaepernick and what he believed in regards to his silent protest. And he said that Kaepernick is not even Black.
Ridiculous.
Someone explain to me first why that matters. Why does that matter?
It not only did it not have to do with the point of the protest, but like you just decide to insult this guy based off of what? I don't know. Maybe what you've said with your friends in the past, what you've joked around about. This guy's not even Black. Oh.
So
oh, really?
So only Black people can stand up because they don't want Black people being killed.
Right. That's the case?
Huh. Only Black people can stand for that. No one else can think that that's wrong.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Number 2, Colin Kaepernick is Black. Like, he is Black.
That's why I was so happy he picked out the fro, just to let him know, like, in case you were wondering.
Like,
this is Black.
But then the worst part of this whole thing is the backpedal. The worst part. So then you decide to tweet once you find out, oh, he is Black. I'm sorry. The backpedal was, oh, I didn't know he was actually Black. So why did you open your mouth and say anything?
He didn't have to say that.
Let's be accountable. Like, if you're gonna open your mouth and speak, first learn your facts. Check your facts.
Yes.
Number 2, you can't backpedal out of this one. You said it, now own it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And my other issue is why did we ask him anything? There's so many of these athletes that are coming out that I'm like, who asked you anything? Jerry Rice. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know how many childhood dreams he crushed?
Oh, so many.
Where he was so many people's heroes, and then he hit us with this All Lives Matter, and we're just like...
I've never seen a player drop out of everybody's top 5 so quick. I've never seen it. Just flew out.
Like, what?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Who is asking these athletes anything? Who is doing? Like, why? Why are we doing it? Stop asking them things. Stop.
I don't understand. They're not a moral compass. None of them. As a matter of fact, majority of them aren't moral. Like, they're actually worse than regular people. Like, if we want to talk about all this stuff, like what Boomer Esiason, he decided to say, like, oh, the teams are going to think of him like they think of all these, other players like Ray Rice and stuff like that. Ray Rice is domestic violence. Oh, that's crazy. Meanwhile, like, Josh Brown, like, got 20 incidents reported.
Right.
And is still employed? Like, is that what we're doing?
Because
we're just ignoring the facts now.
There's no system in place in the NFL to combat all these social injustices, and there's nothing in place to push these people, even though you shouldn't have to, but to push these people to be decent human beings.
Exactly.
There's nothing, because Roger Goodell doesn't care. No. That's why this whole domestic policy that he instituted after the Ray Rice situation, it doesn't even exist anymore. This Ray Rice situation wasn't that long ago. Why is that policy not in effect anymore? Because he didn't care in the first place. He did it because he was being executed on Twitter. He was being executed in the court of public opinion. And so he just needed to do something to make people say, oh, he cares.
Yep.
But now that that's blown over, he's like, well, we don't need it anymore. Throw it out.
Yep.
But that's also why you can have a player suspended for the whole season over drug use, but you can still have rapists on the field this Sunday. Like, there's no decency. Like, no. And I don't feel like that's too much to ask. Maybe it is, but I don't think it is.
Look, and I should correct what I said earlier. I don't think they're worse. They're the same as everybody else. They're the same as everybody else when it comes to moral compass. Like, they're the same. They're the same amount of criminals per capita in the NFL as there are in the entire world. And they want to make it seem like the NFL is like, they want the players to be better than every other human. They want them to be the best humans. But it's obviously not the case. And they can't hide that that's not the case, like, forever. And that's what's happening now. All these cases coming out, and everyone's just like, man, like, does everyone in the NFL beat their wife? Does everyone in the NFL do this, do that? Like,
but that's why now
it's pretty bad.
But that's why now with this Colin Kaepernick thing happening, that's why you have owners and coaches basically in competition with each other now, trying to see, well, no, my team is more patriotic than your team.
Right, exactly.
And I'm like, you guys are focused on all the wrong things. For sure. All the wrong things.
That's why I appreciate the coaches that just, like, don't ask me about it. Like, Mike Tomlin did that. He was like, don't ask me about it.
Like, he's actually one of my favorite coaches. And he, like, verbatim, like, don't.
Exactly.
Todd Bowles did the same thing. Yeah. Like, it has nothing to do with what's going on the field. Don't ask me about it.
Right. Because if they say what they really think, all of a sudden you guys are going to freak out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like,
don't. Mike Tomlin, like, it couldn't have been a more G answer. Like, don't ask me about that. Like,
for sure.
Has nothing to do with black and yellow. I don't want to talk about it. So, I'm just, like, so over the NFL right now. And it's so crazy because as a sports fan, like a diehard sports fan, sometimes I'm so conflicted because I'm like, why am I supporting these people?
It's tough. It really is. It really is. The organization itself is just so corrupt. Like, the amount of money that goes in there it doesn't make any sense.
But I will say, I need to buy a Colin Kaepernick jersey. I need to do this. But, like, it really conflicts me because I'm just like, Cam Newton is so entertaining to watch, but now I can't stand you as a person. So I'm just like, I want to cheer for you, but at the same time, no.
You annoy me, right? Exactly. It's tough, man. That guy was honestly, like, my favorite player by far for super long time. Like,
right, even in Auburn. Yeah.
Right. Like, I would never miss any of his games. And that was just like,
now it's like you ruined it. Like, you ruined a good thing.
Right. But I mean, hey, I guess that's how it is with movies, right? Matt Damon movies now have a bad taste, so it's like,
yeah.
Are you a racist?
So I guess on that note, we should we should probably try to wrap this up.
Oh, yeah. Are you watching some college football tonight?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
How could I not? This is a great Saturday. Like,
it's throughout the day. That's true. It's not just tonight.
It's a great Saturday.
Oh,
I do want to say that I will definitely be tuned in for my Tigers. Go Tigers.
Oh, for sure.
LSU till the death of me.
Is Fournette finally going to win the Heisman?
He better. Because he just needs to. And like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I am a super biased person. I don't care if LSU never wins a game this season. I am still going to be screaming, "Go Tigers." I am like, and yes, as a Tigers fan, that means yes, I am a Bama hater. Like, it is legitimate hate, like in the very bottom of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So don't tweet me and Bama love, because you will be blocked. Like that, I won't even debate you. I will just block you. Like,
none of that Roll Tide stuff. Get that out of here.
None of that. It's the same thing with college basketball, which I'm so looking forward to. We both love UNC.
We'll talk about that next time, but
yes. So don't write me with any Duke. Hey, you will be blocked. Blocked on site. No hesitation.
I wish Seventh Woods came years ago just so he can dunk on Greg Paulus.
Oh my God. I'm like so excited about him. I'm so like through the roof. Like, I haven't been this excited about a player in quite a few years.
Same.
For UNC. Probably since Harrison Barnes. I was excited about Harrison Barnes.
Same.
Yeah. So I'm ready for the season. I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait. I'm counting down to Late Night with Roy. I'm ready. I am so ready. Okay. So we should do like social media stuff. Let's want people to follow us.
Yes.
All this.
Yes, let's do it. You want to give them your Twitter handle?
Okay. So first, my Twitter handle is Brittany the Bee, BRITTNEY, the BEE. On my Instagram and Snapchat, same thing. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, you can follow me at Craymon Green. Craymon Green. CRAYMONDGREEN. Obviously, it's a play on Draymond Green.
Yes. Amazing name.
Who is my doppelganger, according to my mom. So
amazing. Couldn't get better. Follow the Fanalytic account.
Yes, exactly. Please do.
That is FANA. Why can't I ever spell this unless I'm typing it? FANALYTIK.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, follow that account. And that Twitter account, you'll be able to see a link to all the episodes and just our funny takes on all the sports stuff that's happening.
Yes. It'll be a lot more active now than it was before.
I promise. Like,
we're going to get it together, guys. Don't worry.
Yes. Like, if you don't at least see one tweet a day.
Right.
Like, feel free to blow up the accounts. Like,
please do. Make sure we're live as well.
Yeah. Yes, that is important. Yes. But I think this was a great first episode.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot.
I'm looking forward to doing this again.
For sure.
And I think we're out of here.
Deuces.
Bye, guys.